All right. Well, like I said, we get started right at 1 o'clock, so thanks for joining. Appreciate you guys taking the time off to take the next step with Safe Harbor. You probably sat with us through the first installment last week where we showed you the pitch, in essence, who we are, how to go out to the market and represent Safe Harbor in our preventive health and chronic disease management tool, and how you can benefit as the broker, regardless what it is you do, whether it's supplemental insurance, 401k, employee benefits. When you're able to go out to employers and save them over $500 a year per participant, when you're able to show an employee an average of $150 a month in their out of their check that they can spend without changing their take-home pay, it's a very powerful tool. And we've seen it used in many, many unique ways. But what we're going to talk about today specifically is the next two steps, or the final two steps in the process of our five-step sales, and that is the open enrollment period, what you put in front of an employee, what that looks like from us, what you can expect back when you send us census to get a proposal, and then the implementation process. How do we coordinate that with their payroll company and with their HR departments or the ownership to make sure that the program is up, running, everyone's aware of it, everybody's gained access to it, and that they'll be able to move confidently into the next phase, which is actually using our wonderful tool and services to make sure that they're saving money on healthcare, lowering their tax burden, and enjoying all the benefits that all of you have brought to them. So without further ado, what we're really going to do is focus in on step one, the open enrollment process. So last week we showed you the introduction, we showed you our census, very simple, pretty much a health census with payroll data. The other thing that you can do is sometimes easier is ask for an employee payroll summary for the year. Many of the carriers have a nice one-page per employee year-to-date summary that shows hours, shows deductions, shows everything all on one page, and that is an excellent source of census data for us. But you get that census over to us, and then you went back to the employer, and it's really a layup because you're showing them a way to increase their employee benefits package, offering very unique, very cutting-edge wellness, which is, something everybody wants. But this wellness plan is different because we deliver measurable financial results immediately. And that is really our secret sauce. It's not a cumbersome process like a health reimbursement arrangement traditionally is, where the consumer goes and creates a bill, takes that bill back to their employer or sends it into their third party to be paid back through their payroll. We've created a very unique process. We have paperless claims, levelized reimbursement that makes it much like Obamacare tax credits. You promise to do something, and in return, as long as you lived up to what you said you would do, there's an advantage, a savings to you at the end of the year, and that's where you guys, or at the end of the week, excuse me, and that's where you folks come in and present all the solutions that you have that they can increase their benefits package with, rather than just spending tax money. So the open enrollment part here is a little bit of education, of course, because we want to let them know what Safe Harbor Health is, who we are, and what the Total Wellness Program is all about. So the first thing I'm going to do is share a brief video that we use that we can send out to a group that can be sent out pre-enrollment as a, hey, this is what's coming, ask your HR department about it. So I'm just going to bring that up shortly, and let me see if I can share my screen here. There's our website, of course. If anybody wants to go to safeharborsavings.com, you're going to see it right there. Let me open up this to full screen. And if I think I saw, is that Jim? You got your camera on? Good. You can hear me great. You can see that screen fine?
Yeah, I can see that perfectly fine, Ryan.
Okay, great. Let me play this for the next 2 minutes, 37. So that's our open enrollment video we put together that we can send out in an email. It comes to you when you're first, when you get your proposal back. This is in the open enrollment kit. And it's been very positive response towards putting that in an all-employee email or in your paycheck, digital employee reminder, or whatever, however you want to send it out as an introduction to the program and a way to get started with introducing it to your customers. We also have some handouts that come out to you, but the first thing I want to remind you of is this here, which is our reserve sheet. So this is for you folks. Oh, there it is. This is for you folks. This is a smaller group of 17, but I'm sure something all of you have encountered and maybe still deal with, and we can all do math and figure out how it grows from here. But in this example of 17 people, when we send you back the original proposal for the employer, we also send you this partner reserve sheet. And what this is showing you the tax savings that our program creates for each employee in every paycheck that they receive. So this one is a biweekly paycheck. This one has, I would say, median income is probably around $40,000. There's some much higher than that. But there are some much lower than that as well. So a blended average of probably around $40,000 income. As you see, reserves ranging from $108 a month all the way up to $325 a month. That is what we're going to arm you, the information we're going to provide you with in a list to go back and say, okay, when I meet with Patrick or Stacy during open enrollment, I have $95 out of each paycheck, or $205 a month that Patrick could spend and not change his take-home pay. That's a pretty powerful thing. So how do we do that? We want to help you convey that message. Well, we provide you with some tools, and I might have to stop going out of full screen mode because it's hard to navigate between the two. It's not moving fast enough for me. But there we go. We give you a nice handy proposal, and this proposal is sent to you with their logo if it's available. Very nice marketing piece that walks the employee through what they can do. So, it tells them about what we are. Again, it's a voluntary benefit that provides a portal that connects you to your employees to healthcare information, tools, and services that improve their overall health without changing their current health plan. That is really important. That is one of the things we get asked often is, hey, Ryan, this all sounds great. What's the health plan with it? This is a complement to health insurance. It's a voluntary benefit, a wellness program separate from your health plan. And by agreeing to, use a minimum, we hope they use it much more. But our qualifying minimum is 4 times per year for a member to engage in qualified medical services that are available on our portal, that are all online. They do not have, or not all, but the majority of them are available online. They do not require you going to a doctor's office or going to someone different. They require you transacting healthcare through our portal online. They're going to qualify for an average of $150 a month, $1,800 a year in added benefit without changing their pay. Then we show them, here's how the program works. I'm sure many of you are still kind of piecing that together. It's very, very easy. You opt in by signing a form I'm going to show you at the end. It's called our opt-in or opt-out form. Our opt-in form says, this is who I am, this is where I work, this is how you get a hold of me, and yes, I promise to use a minimum of 4 qualifying wellness activities throughout the year. You sign like a promise, right? So the program starts because we have this levelized deduction and reimbursement process that's kind of very unique to Safe Harbor Health. And this is how we can make this all seamless and happen in your paycheck without having to do multiple transactions for the employee and employer. It's all handled electronically through the phone, laptop, tablet, however you connect to the portal, and tracked compliantly. We do all of that, so this is paperless. They join the program, and the premiums and reimbursements are automatically processed in each payroll check they receive. Number 3, they just have to live up to that original promise of using our wellness portal to improve their health and save money. This is not an outcome-based program. This is a participatory program. They simply have to use the activities. If you're a smoker and you try to quit smoking but you fail, that's okay. That is still using the smoking cessation program, which is a qualifying medical service, and you would get credit for that. You can try it for medically prescribed weight loss. You can try it for mental health counseling. You can use our nurse line or our free telemedicine for primary care or our prescription drug benefit. That's the next page here. We're telling them all the wonderful things that they can use to meet those 4 minimum activities. Again, we have a fitness tracker capability. They can use our challenges. They can join our community, whether they do it anonymously or with their own picture, or they can create an avatar like I did. You can use it as much or as little as you want to, but there are minimums to make sure the program is working. And then what happens? We want to show them what their paycheck looks like. And I apologize that this is a photocopy of an actual check that obviously we blacked out some information, so the print isn't as great, but I should be able to make this a little bit larger here. Ooh, excuse me. Still learning the ins and outs of the technology better. The join me thing is in the way of the numbers here. But what you see is, because of the program, we have created a tax savings. Because this program is pre-tax benefit, there's FICA tax savings involved. That's where the reserves come from. We're showing you the difference here. We're showing you that there's now some new accounting, and I'm going to have to back out to include that. These blue blocks and yellow highlights over here show you what happened to the money. The money came out, Section 125, came back as a non-taxable medical reimbursement. We do get paid a well service fee, which is $17.31 if you are paid weekly. That is the fee for the app and the services that Safe Harbor provides. And then the excess, the difference, so the $46 minus the $17.31 in this case, is the amount of money this employee would either take in a gross up in pay wages, or take-home pay anyways, not pay wages, but the take-home would be a little bit higher. This is where you folks all come in and introduce the things you have to increase their employee benefits package. And as you can see in this example, the check goes up $3.63 because they spent the majority of that money on supplemental insurance, which is highlighted here in the box. So we've got this great PDF that comes to you. You can print off. You can keep up on your tablet or computer at your open enrollment, and you can roll through this step by step with each employee if you choose to. After that, what we have is assistance on how to enroll in the portal, because what happens is you go back, you've closed the employer, they said yes, you went out, you scheduled the open enrollment, you sent out a video to introduce the program, you're now sitting there enrolling individuals into the program, and you're asking them right when they sit down to say, great, now that you've registered, please visit this website either on your phone or on your desktop back at your workstation and go to this portal, okay? And we'll give you a screenshot so it makes it nice and easy. But you go to this portal and you can register the day that you sign up. As long as you guys sent us a complete census 72 hours before your open enrollment, we can actually provide the portal live for use the day the consumers or the employees enroll in the product. It's been very powerful. We just rolled this out about 30 days ago, and it's been an excellent engagement tool. We have very high engagement naturally, but this is getting people up and using it even quicker and making it part of their routine, which is obviously the goal for the long-term wellness benefits. Teaches you how to enter the required information. Form is case sensitive, gives you a place to store your passwords. So if you print these out and leave them at an open enrollment event, somebody could store it, keep it at their desk, keep it handy for themselves while they're still getting familiar, although most of our devices store that information electronically now. And then this is our actual opt-in form. So people ask us, well, how difficult is this? Is this something that's very tedious? Well, guess what? There's one page. You say yes or you say no. Would you like to participate or not? And then you check yes, obviously, because everybody wants to participate, right? And you initial understanding all of the elections, and then you sign and fill in your personal information. Great if you want to do paper enrollment. But if we're doing virtual enrollments, which is a reality during a pandemic and probably moving forward, and for many of us in our regular routine anyways, we have made this digital. So what we do is the agent will have their own enrollment website. You can send a link from that website either in person, straight to their phone, or when you're on the phone or doing an open enrollment presentation like this, I could send you all a text message right now if I had your emails ahead of time, and it would be this form in digital form. It would pop up through a text message or email, your choice. You're going to click on the box yes, and you're going to sign with your finger and send it back to us instantly. Okay, congratulations, you're enrolled. They can then go right on the same phone, open up our website, our web portal that's custom to their company, register to use the app and take the health risk assessment, which would be the first medical service they would qualify for. And now they only need to do 3 more things for the rest of the year. It's a really, really cool way of getting people up and using the program immediately. And we think you're all going to really like this enrollment process because it is finger snap fast and will not add a lot of work to your plates, which is obviously very important. Another thing you're going to see from us is an implementation process. So that is the collection of the open enrollment materials. We have all sorts of flyers and other marketing materials that we can provide you, short videos and other things that help with, getting the word out there if it's a very large company. But most of the time that proposal and the open enrollment video for a group of 5 to 50 has been very, very effective. Now it's implementation time. We got to take the 75% plus participation that we average with Safe Harbor, and we've got to get the payroll implementation done. And we want to welcome the HR and the ownership to the program, let them know the final savings of the overall tax savings that they'll experience, and then let them know what to expect with working with Safe Harbor over the next 12 months during the program year. So what we do is we contact the employer and we ask them if they'd rather work with the payroll contact directly or if it's an internal process. And we will either separate out the payroll or we will include it in the welcome call depending on the size of the company and how they do their payroll. Many, many times the companies are a little bit larger. We're doing outside payroll companies. And I'm doing 2 meetings, or we're doing 2 meetings. Bob and the team and Stacy are reaching out and saying, welcome to the program. Here's what you can expect. And I'll show you a welcome presentation just shortly. But what we need to do first and foremost, is make sure that the payroll part is done so that people's paycheck the next time they get paid comes out properly. So what we do is send over instructions on how to set this up. So this will go to an ADP, a Paychex, a local payroll company, whoever needs it, and they will be able to follow these instructions to enter the deductions and reimbursements and wellness fee that we need put into payroll. They're also going to get a spreadsheet from us that tells them what what category deductions again, and every employee and the exact amounts, right? So this is all valuable information to show you that there really is no extra work on your half. This is really all done by us. This is the compliance and implementation side. This is what we excel at. This is what we want to help you with, because we know if we can show you a way to add $150 to every employee's budget for benefits, that's a big plus to you. And if it comes without a whole bunch of extra work, that's even better. Because remember, everybody, I was an agent a long time. I definitely understand. So the last thing I want to show you really before I start taking calls, and I like to keep these under a half an hour so you don't get sick of listening to me too bad. But again, same branded theme here. We had the work done, came out really nice, very clean look. Here's what we're trying to accomplish. We just want to explain what it looks like and how it works in the paychecks. We want to show them the technology. So last week you all saw Mike walk you through a little bit of the portal, the Safe Harbor app, if you will, or portal, whatever you want to call it. And that worked really well. We show that to the customers, same thing. Usually it's Mike or Bob or Stacy walking them through technology, showing them this is how it works. And then we're saying, okay, great. Now we want everybody to do their health assessments. This is kind of funny. In the last 5 enrollments, more than half the people have already had their health assessment done before we told the employer about it because they did it during the enrollment meeting, which was great. And we're able to show them that data during the welcome call because it's real-time data coming out of the app. So it's very neat to be able to show them how this works. But step 3 in our agenda is to get everybody else that hasn't to complete their health assessment. Remember, when you sign up for our app, it won't even let you engage in any of the activities until you've done a health assessment. And the reason that happens is that the app is semi-intelligent. It's not going to show smoking cessation to a non-smoker. It's not going to show weight loss as a heavy suggestion to somebody that has a 5% body fat. It's intelligent. It takes the answers from your health assessment and it customizes the experience to your desires and needs. So very cool technology built in there to make sure we're getting as relevant information as we can in front of that employee. And then last, once they understand how everything works, we want to schedule a true-up. Last year taught us that a pandemic can change everything, and I'm sure other things can happen in work. Businesses do go out of business, unfortunately. They grow, fortunately. They downsize and everything in between, right? So we want to make sure that every 6 months at a minimum that we're checking in with these employers and making sure that the payroll is still steady, that the part-timers are still part-time, that the full-timers are still full-time, and do all of the accounting to make sure that we're compliant. Again, that's all Safe Harbor reaching out through you to the client or to the client with your permission to make sure that we're dotting all the I's and crossing all the T's to make sure that we stay within bounds with everything that we have going here. And then again, you've got a nice little contact us if you need anything page. And then if needed, there's some reminders about what this participatory wellness and medical expense reimbursement program is and how to set up the payroll. If it's an internal call, we can help them with that. So that is all the materials I had to go over with you guys today. I'm going to stop sharing here, but I am going to open up the chat and ask if anybody has any questions to please fire away, and let's have some conversation on the Total Wellness Program. There we go. Does anybody have any questions? I know I don't present perfectly, so there's got to be someone out there that wants to ask me something.
You're right on point, Ryan. You're going to get something out of me, dude, right?
Right. Hey, I appreciate it for sure. But, as is common, I know it happens to me all the time. As soon as you hang up, you remember what you were trying to think of, and you want to call right back. So please reach out to the team. Rich Arnold, our VP of Business Development, his email address is R. Arnold, R as in Rich, Arnold as in Fonzie, at safeharborsavings.com. He can help you get any of the marketing materials. He can help you with pitch. He can help you with census collection. He can help get on a call with an employer and help you with, walking through your first one. It's a crawl, walk, and run pace. What we asked you to be is the frontline soldiers. You're out there every day meeting new groups. We're asking you to introduce the idea of Safe Harbor Health, and then to call us and say, hey, let's bring in the experts. That's where we can come in and help, and that's where we'll be very effective at conveying the message that this is a win for everybody. It's a tax savings to the employer, a tax savings that can net benefits to the employees, and a windfall to the broker. We had a group of 108 enroll last month. I think I brought this up in the last training, but I love to brag about success stories for the smaller agents that didn't know the capability of what they were, or the possibility of what they were getting involved in. So 108 people is $203,000 in supplemental sales for his, I can say, because I didn't say his name, Colonial Life office. It's a fantastic opportunity for everyone here that sees the value to run with something and bring it out in a time where everyone wants to save money. The bottom line is COVID had a negative effect on almost every business other than Amazon and a few others. And for us, it's an opportunity when we're going out during our spring health renewals and summer health renewals to say, hey, here's some savings to help pay for all the things that are going to happen in the next year, or to help protect you better from some of those things, like the things that happened last year. I always try to spin the negative to a positive, and using it as a learning experience is going to be that thing, right? So I'll ask one more time just in case, if anybody thought of anything to ask. All right, great. I am going to say, if anybody missed any of the first training, we're going to be doing a bunch of different stuff. The next one is Monday at, I think, 1 o'clock also is probably the time we're sticking to. And it's going to be an introduction to Safe Harbor's Total Wellness Program. So we're going to dive a little bit more into features and benefits, but also a little bit of the back. I know when people Google wellness programs, they're going to read a whole bunch of stuff, just like everybody else. And we want to address some of the concerns some people have because we aren't a tax advantage wellness program. Our wellness program does not reimburse the money. It is a funding mechanism we've not created by any means. They've been around since the mid-'70s. We just put together a different way of doing it. And we'll give away a little bit of our secret recipe on Monday during the introduction to the Total Wellness Program. So I hope I'll see some of you there. Otherwise, please reach out. Yep.
I know you're recording these. Are you going to put these trainings up on the YouTube channel?
So right now we are in the process of getting our studio together. We're actually going to be doing this is a nice office and all, right? I mean, come on. But we've got a nice studio being built downstairs. We had a conference room that, to be honest, has been empty for about a year because COVID restrictions don't allow us to have many people in the room. So we've taken a section of that and we've made a little production studio, and we're putting together some plans to really get some content out to you folks, 5 to 8 minute videos that dive into very specific topics. So you will all become the expert or know exactly where to go to just press play and let me tell whoever it is that has the question what the answer is. And, that's where we really feel it's going to help you guys, because we don't want you to feel like you have to be a subject matter expert. You already represent 100 different products and 2,000 different things. We just want to be a way for you to expand on that and be good at what you all do. So, they'll definitely be up in some fashion, but we do record them. And if you send me an email, mine is ryan@safeharborsavings.com. I will send you a copy of the recording of today or of last week or whatever one you're looking for. Awesome. Anyone else?
That's awesome, Ryan. Thank you.
You bet, Jim. Hey, guys, everyone, ladies and gentlemen, have a great day. It's Wacky Wednesday. Happy Hump Day. Take care, all.
Have a great rest of the day, man.
Thanks.